After being married for 60 years, Gloria Gaither has come forward with something unexpected about her husband, Bill Gaither, a revelation that has sparked intense discussion in the gospel and televangelist community. Known for his decades-long influence in Christian music, Bill Gaither was seen as a pillar of religious devotion and gospel creativity. Alongside Gloria, his wife and creative partner, he helped shape the sound and message of modern gospel music, touching millions of lives with themes of hope, faith, and love. For years, there had been quiet murmurs behind the scenes, stories exchanged backstage or among those close to the industry, that painted a more complex picture of Bill Gaither. Some spoke of his need for control, his tendency to silence those who disagreed with him, and his insistence on maintaining a carefully curated image. While these rumors occasionally surfaced, they were never substantiated, and Gaither's reputation remained largely untarnished, until now. A deeply personal moment, Gloria Gaither revealed that her husband had been hiding something for years. One night during a concert, as Bill performed on stage, Gloria stepped away and saw something she couldn't ignore: Bill in an intimate moment with another man. It wasn't a misunderstanding or a passing gesture. It was a kiss, unmistakably real and filled with meaning. Gloria froze, overwhelmed by shock and disbelief. Everything she had believed about her husband and their marriage began to unravel. She kept silent at first, unsure of how to confront him or process what she had witnessed, but the image lingered and the questions grew louder in her mind. Eventually, unable to carry the burden alone, she confronted Bill. "Bill, I know," she said simply. He didn't deny it. He didn't try to explain it away. He just sat in silence, acknowledging the truth she had seen for herself. Gloria's revelation has stunned many, not just because of what she saw, but because she chose to speak at all, after a lifetime of partnership, songwriting, and shared ministry. Her words have not only confirmed what some had long suspected, but they've also altered the public perception of Bill Gaither in profound ways. The legacy of one of gospel music's most revered figures now stands in a new light, raising difficult but necessary conversations about authenticity, secrecy, and the cost of maintaining an image at all costs. After 6 decades of marriage, Gloria Gaither's revelation about her husband Bill Gaither sent shockwaves through the Christian music world. What she witnessed, a private moment between Bill and another man, changed everything she believed about their life together. For years, their marriage had been seen as a model of partnership and faith, but that one moment shattered the illusion. When Gloria finally confronted him, Bill offered no denial, no excuses, just silence. The truth stood between them, undeniable and irreversible. And once her statement became public, the fallout was immediate and intense. Fans, churches, and industry insiders struggled to make sense of the news. Bill Gaither had long symbolized unwavering faith, family values, and Christian leadership. His songs had comforted generations, his concerts filled arenas, and his Homecoming series had become a cultural touchstone in gospel music. But now that legacy was under scrutiny. While some dismissed the claims or blamed the media for attacking another religious figure, others couldn't ignore the growing evidence. Social media lit up with debates, as longtime followers argued whether it was possible to separate the man from the music. Some defended him fiercely, pointing to his decades of service to the church, while others felt betrayed and discarded his music altogether. Within churches, reactions were divided. Some pastors called for forgiveness and urged congregations not to judge. Others felt that trust had been broken and stopped using Gaither's music in services. The Christian music industry faced a public relations crisis. Bill Gaither wasn't just an artist, he was a brand. As the scandal grew, radio stations hesitated, bookstores pulled his albums, and sponsors quietly backed away. Concert dates were postponed, some eventually canceled. Merchandise sales plummeted, tour staff faced layoffs, and vendors who had relied on Gaither's touring presence feared for their livelihoods. Through it all, Bill Gaither remained silent. Days passed without a word, and his silence only deepened public suspicion. When he finally released a statement, It was a single, cryptic sentence. There are things in this world that people will never fully understand, and sometimes it is best to leave certain truths between a man and his God. This vague response did little to ease tensions. Many saw it as an indirect admission, others as a plea for privacy. But it was clear, his words lacked the clarity people were desperately seeking. Podcasts, blogs, and Christian news outlets dissected every syllable, trying to find meaning in what wasn't said. Behind the scenes, Bill struggled. He sought legal and spiritual counsel, fearing that any further statement might worsen the situation. Gloria, meanwhile, juggled media pressure, family concerns, and her own heartbreak. She worried about their grandchildren and how the scandal would impact them. The life she had built, both professionally and personally, suddenly felt unstable. As rumors continued to swirl, Bill agreed to a televised interview. It was a carefully staged moment. No studio audience, no fanfare, just a quiet room and a trusted Christian host. In the interview, he acknowledged regret for past choices. He asked for forgiveness from God, from Gloria, and from his fans. He said he would step away from the spotlight to focus on healing his marriage and restoring his faith. While he didn't go into specific detail, he accepted responsibility for the pain he had caused. For some, his words were enough. They saw humility, vulnerability, and a man genuinely seeking redemption. For others, it felt calculated and incomplete. Bill Gaither's legacy now hangs in the balance. Some believe his contributions to Christian music remain untouched, that his songs still carry meaning regardless of personal failings. Others argue that authenticity matters, especially from someone whose platform was built on faith and moral leadership. Whether his name will ever return to its former standing remains uncertain. But one thing is clear: the world that once revered him without question will never look at him the same again.